July 7th, 2017. A terrorist attack on the Kremlin shook the leadership of the Russian Federation to the core. In the turmoil, high-ranking military and civilian leadership was killed. Viktor Rasputin, president of the Russian Federation, gave multi-war war hero and longtime friend Yefim Mikhail Borisov the rank of Grand Marshal of the Russian Federation, making him the highest-ranking officer in the Russian Federation. Under his command, military intervention in Syria, Ukraine, and Africa intensified. Recruitment of less than desirable populations skyrocketed, and equipment and doctrine, old and new, was tested to see what works and what doesn't work in modern warfare. These experiments saw the loss of thousands of troops and assets, but answered the questions asked by High Command. Russian and Syrian troops got close to pushing ISIS, Syrian opposition forces, Kurds, and the coalition out of Syria. The blows against one another became more and more overt and extreme the closer the fighting got to the Iraqi border. Eventually, it led to an undeclared ground war where hundreds were killed daily. October 9th, 2019, President Ronald Drum of the United States of America and President Viktor Rasputin met to discuss a de-escalation of tensions. The two agreed that Syria's sovereignty had been won, and both should focus on ISIS. While Russia stuck to its word, the coalition continued to fight with Russian forces, actively invading Syria despite the ceasefire. A week passed before Rasputin called Drum out on not fulfilling his word, and that war would ensue if this aggression continued. President Drum flew out to Iraq and gave the ceasefire order personally. The fighting stopped between the two sides. An investigation was launched, and traitors to the coalition were arrested. As a token of good faith, Russia and Syria offered their services in the eradication of ISIS in northern Iraq. The offer was taken, and by the end of March, ISIS was nothing but a bad memory. The coalition and Russia remained deployed in the Middle East to combat ISIS wherever it arose. However, America, Europe, and Russia significantly reduced its military footprint in the Middle East. August 13th, 2020. The Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, committed various acts of terrorism as reprisal for the coalition's complacency in the erosion of the Kurdish state by Syria and Turkey. The PKK was eliminated 3 months after it began its retribution campaign, after Turkish special forces killed their leader, Abdul al-Shammad. Remnants of both ISIS and the PKK stuck around, but the Middle East was brought into a time of relative peace for the first time in a decade.
Putin is dead. Borisov is leaving. Plaza no longer flows.
Russia's going off script.
They're pushing us out!
Acceptable. The nuclear clock is coming down, sir.
Rum did what?
This is the only asset we have in the Middle
Blondbeard's
East.
cell is gone.
What do we do now, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, 0 hour is fast approaching. We can no longer control the world through proxies. We must control directly, or we will never control again. Europe is firmly within our grasp. All of the United States will come to heel if all goes according to plan. After that, it won't be much longer, and we will have the world eating from our hands.